A tragedy unfolded in Harris County, Texas, wherein a 70-year-old was shot in his 16-year-old supposed girlfriend's bedroom by her father. Now, according to the USA Times and some other papers, they're saying that her brother went to say goodnight and he saw 4 feet in bed. So he went and he called the dad. The dad came. At that time, apparently, he was out of bed. So he wants to know what's going on. His daughter says, I don't know him. And there was some argument, but somewhere along the father had got this gun. And it's alleged that the guy dropped his hand as apparently going for a weapon, and the father let go one through his skull, and he died on the spot. Now his mom is asking for murder charges. Now, across the country, I think murder is the same thing. Murder has to be applied if there's a intent to kill. It was premeditated, use a deadly weapon, and a killing was conducted during a certain prescribed felonies. Well, he used a deadly weapon, but still, the intent to kill is there, but there wasn't, as it were, there wasn't a premeditation in the sense of hate this person long time and just looking for an opportunity to kill. Now, his mom is arguing that he should be charged with murder, but this thing happened around 2:30 in the morning. A 70-year-old juvenile is not in her home; he's in this people's bedroom, and you got to look from the father's perspective. A neighbor said that they just moved in there about a week ago. I'm not sure if they lived close by or the same school they were going to, but for this homeboy to hook up with homegirls and within a week to be able to go in the bedroom at that hour in the morning, I mean, he's a real hustler, man. And yeah, he hustled one time too much. I mean, if he could have gotten in touch with her and could have seen, maybe could have get some outside the house and then just go away. But he's gonna relax, and when he had planned to come out of the house, I guess he's too young and he doesn't have experience or whatever. But it's so sad. And on the father's part, I mean, these young people now seeing puberty early, and as one article in the Puerto Rico said that if you're looking for virgins, then none, because when people start seeing the period, start having those feelings and so on, puberty and so forth at 8 and 7, I mean, by time 12, they will call it a mistake. But being horny and all that, mistake. Just that maybe the state says that they're not sort of competent enough to hand it out. But I mean, amongst themselves, young people like themselves, it's happening, and you're gonna find virgins out there in a little bit. I was even thinking about it. Suppose now Christ was to be born in these days, he might have had to hook up with Mary when she was sick. Well, he would have guided some young lady. And there are a lot of young people in the country and the world that, even in spite of this puberty at 7, I don't know what they do, but they don't have sex and official deflowering until they're married sometimes, and sometimes in the 20s and so on. So it can be done. And so if she had said, well, maybe it's her friend, I don't know how it would have gone from there, because I guess he was pissed off that 2:30 in the morning this guy's in his bed, in his house, disrespecting his house and so on and so forth. But yeah, even though he's so horny, he needed to control his horn, and should have basically not rush it like that. I mean, how often had he seen her that he could come so close to, with her and then get some? And I mean, she's 16, she's at home most of the time, I guess, and so on. I don't know if they go to the same school and if they knew each other before, but the father might have known, or the brother might have known if they had known each other before. He might have seen something, or they might have been going to the same school, or she might have talked about it. So apparently, since she moved in there, how soon did he get to, catch her attention and to talk to her and tell her, he needs some, honey and so on. And she said, come on, man, come in. Parents and go to sleep. It's bizarre. So what's the message to other young people here? You can't go in people's houses like that. Meet the parents perhaps. But then again, they're too young. He ain't got no job. He looking to have sex. She get pregnant. He ain't got no job. He ain't got no education. He ain't got no nothing. I mean, folks got to think. And a lot of times you don't blame the young ladies. I guess we understand that when they get a horn on, it's on. And sometimes when you're dating them, I recall at college, um, the guys are responsible and they're not, waiting for them when they have the horn and then try to, lure them somewhere and get with it. I mean, you're sort of protecting them, as it were, understanding, what they go through every month and so on. But then again, he's young and he got his horn too. He hasn't had experience in controlling his horn. I don't know how early he started, firing off horn stuff and so on, having sex. It's a tragedy, but his mom is really distraught. There's no spring break now. It's funeral time, she's saying. And I hope, as I said, all the young men gonna get a vision here, and don't rent people houses like that. And I don't know if it will affect the horn. The horn will come on anyway, it seems. I think that even in spite of the youth, if so early they start, taking care of the horn, they haven't learned how to deal with it other than somebody. And sometimes they'll say, I know her since in fact, in some some first graders, I see this guy moving by this girl, and so I said, but come on, man, get with your work, man. It's too early to start this thing, bro. And he's right there, just looking to, so they're gonna go through school and everything like that. He had no time when he wasn't with had some girl in view. And so when they get older, because when they start doing stuff in this age, they don't even know what they're doing, and because they keep on doing it, they feel like, oh, it's so funny and whatever. But when they get older now, and he can't really do it right, and she, all kind of, they're a split. It's not because they know each other from elementary school or preschool, whatever is going to work. And so sometimes we do the chicken and the egg story here. It has been proven that if 24 eggs from the same cock and hen were hatched, and you take out one on the first day and try to let it pick some corn, you had it all in darkness and you had to feed them. He misses about 6 times, just using a figure. Second day, he misses about 5. And as the days go on and he gets older, he's missing less and less. Now, even an experienced fowl might miss a corn sometimes. Maybe they're distracted with something else, but maturity has a lot to do with performing certain tasks. And I think sex is one of these that the earlier they start, it doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be a better sex partner. They don't understand the needs of the woman, they don't understand their needs, and so on. So if they wait and mature up and have a time for themselves and for their own sex, so that when they're ready now to move with this female, they both have had experiences with their own sex, they've had experiences with opposite sex, and so when they get together now, they have a lot of experience, and it would work. And sometimes this would tend to make the relationships last. But when they got into this thing early in first grade and so on, it doesn't work like that. So I hope somewhere along the line somebody's gonna start telling these young people to wait. You start so early. You on in the military. You don't have no experience of being by yourself. The horn come on, somebody passing in the street, just say hello, and you start falling apart, and then the person come in and create problems and so on. It's they have to be able to be responsible and be able to manage the horns and the feelings and all this kind of stuff. Not because what I mean. So it's a big thing. So mom, she grieving for her son, but I don't know if she ever gave him a lesson in womanhood and so on, and how you just have to treat them special and respect them and so forth. Because within a week going in our bedroom so early in the morning, that's too fast, man. That's crazy. This guy he's on a roll. Maybe he's a village ram or something. How many people he has done this to? How many young ladies he has deflowered? Of course, I mean, it got to be in his earlier life, because at his age 17, and there ain't nobody around with no virginity around that he hanging around, it seems. Everybody be knocked up. So she's grieving, he's grieving, he's ill for his medication he's taking and the trauma of making such a mistake and so on. But folks got to put these young people to sit down and explain to them what really life is about.